onto the database. So what is level of technical expertise we require for a tester towards database? It is, when I say testers, the knowledge level is what I'm talking about. Developer means he is forced to use a database, so automatically he is forced to learn a database. So whereas for a tester, they feel because it is in the backend operation, I want to test an application, they feel that it is not required or they don't give much importance to it. So today, since the expertise or market expectation on the accuracy of the information, as one person said, if I give a wrong data, what will happen? Since market requires accuracy and rely on the accuracy, it is important that the testers test that information as well. So not only restricted to the application UI, they have to move into the backend as well. And lot of complex calculation involved in most of the domain in current trend, because everywhere if I have to do a budgeting, planning, analysis, where I have my business, I want to analyze. If I have to analyze, I need those informations available so that I can retrieve that information, do my logic, bring an output, and based on that output, we can decide what is our next step. So, lot of complex calculations involved in most of the domain in current trend, and all this calculation involve data, and that data is stored in the database. So unless it is stored in the database, I cannot retrieve it. Now when I say database, it is about retrieving information from online, that is memory or hard disk, it doesn't matter. To understand this, there are two important points tester has to know. One is data retrieval, how I am going to retrieve the data from a DB, and to retrieve the data I need to understand the database structure. This is where we are entering into the technical part of the database testing. From this portion we need a practical, unless otherwise we experience practically, we never understand. So now we are moving on to what is data retrieval or what is data structure. First is understanding data retrieval. Here it is all about SQL query, structured query language. This is predominantly used to retrieve the data from the tables. That's the first information that you need to aware of. To understand the SQL and retrieval, tester is forced to learn now about the database structure. Unless otherwise I know how the database is structured, I cannot retrieve the data from the database. So what is database structure now? A database consists of multiple tables, procedures, views, functions, and there are so many other DB objects. These are all very important components. All these are called database objects. These are all what we call it as a database objects. I hope you all understand what I mean by an object. So object is all about collection. For example, I say monitors. Monitors are the collection of all monitors, and I give a class name called monitors. That is what we call it as a class in the classification. Class in our development concepts. Object oriented programming, OOP concept. All database itself is a OOP concept. So database consists of multiple tables. So table is a collection. All tables have a similar structure. So tables are considered as an object. Procedures, that is called SQL, structured query language. Collection of SQLs are nothing but a procedures. Collection of statements, loops, all this brings into the procedures, then it becomes a PLSQL. So we name it as a procedures. That's a conventional name used in the database, whether it is Oracle, DB2 or MS SQL, MySQL, anywhere, this is the naming conventions. Views can be, whatever we retrieve is from the view is a database view. So view are not storage place, it is from various table I collect it into a single table so that view becomes easier. You know all this once I open up MS SQL and start explaining this in practical way, then you will understand more about this. Let me just finish off the basic things. Then you should know what you are going to learn in 20 days, right? And how important is the database. Structure of data is all about the way the data are stored in the tables. This is what the most important part in structure. What I mean by structure, it is nothing but the way the data are stored in the tables. So before I continue, please let me know if you have my voice clear. Any delays, anything? If it is clear, raise your hand. Perfect. Thank you. I'm not waiting for everybody to raise the hand. If I get good percentage, I assume that it is clear to all. Thank you. Now, this part that we are going to take is very important. This is about how a data's structure to be designed. There are three concepts the way the data are stored. One is called one-to-one mapping, one-to-many mapping, many-to-many mapping. This is the basic concept for the designing the database, understanding the database. What is one-to-one mapping? From a form, I am talking about a form is, for example, you are all registering for a Facebook or a email account. You are opening a sign up account and you are registering there. Where that information is stored? Is it one-to-one or one-to-many? This is what I am talking about here. We call that user registration form as a form. For form means what you see in the UI. And the data in the form, where I am storing the data in the form. Am I storing the data in a single table or am I storing the data in a multiple table? How the information is stored is what I am trying to explain here. So here one-to-one mapping means from the form I take the data, I store it into a single table. Storing it to the single table is called one-to-one mapping. I just go to my MS SQL. I try to explain one single table for your understanding before I come back to this structure. So I am going to the MS SQL. Just raise your hand as you see my MS SQL screen. Just raise your hand once you are able to see my MS SQL screen. Thank you. I'm just created a database called sample project. Later I will let you know what this project is all about. Now in this project I have just created select star from my country. I just created this. My country is my table. My country is my table. I am just viewing, you are able to see that you are viewing a content of the my country. Select is what the query, retrieval. We talk about more on this as we go. Select is a query. Star means all the columns from my country. I created country ID is one column name. Country name is one column name. Which country by default I want to show to the user is default. When I created is my, so this is one simple structure. Whenever I create a country in my UI, that country name appears over here. This is what I mean by country, right? So in another sense, I will just try to, don't worry about now how the table is created. We have sessions how to create all this. First is now our focus is what is one-to-one mapping means. Now I'm just trying to open one application. I'll show you how that application is connected. These are all real project application. Just let me know once you are able to see a login screen. I am in my Firefox. Just let me know once you are able to see the Firefox screen. I am just loading an application, and in this application I'll try to show you what is one-to-one mapping is all about. So if you see this country, I'm opening the country just to relate. It may not go to the my country table, just to understand, make you understand what I mean by form. So in this, if I create a country name, you can see now the country, this drop down list, right? List, we call it as a list box, the grid that you are seeing. Whatever the country I create, it gets added to this list. So there are 82 countries now loaded over here. This country is what I am showing it in the back end called my country. This is my country is the name. It's a sample project, whereas this guy will go to the different table because it's a live project. So I hope now what I mean by form. The country name that you are entering here is called form. And when I click add, the data now gets stored into the DB, and that DB data is shown onto the view country screen. And that is what I mean by retrieval of data, showing the data over here. So this is what I mean by a one-to-one mapping. This structure is called one-to-one mapping. So I'm going back to my presentation now. Just confirm as you are able to see my presentation screen. So I hope now what is one-to-one mapping. Is it clear? Please raise your hand. If you have any questions, please let me know. Perfect. So very few hands, but I am assuming that you are clear about what it is. So one-to-one mapping is all about one form data getting stored into a single table. The table I shown you is the country master, my country. These are all like country master, unit of measure, list box entity, all list box entities that you see in any of the application, that is coming from one table, because the list content I can add, right? Those are nothing but a one-to-one mapping in general, like grouping, type, etc., etc. Second is one-to-many application, right? What is one-to-many? From a form, the data can go into multiple tables. Then we call this as one-to-many. For example, you have an invoice, customer order, purchase order, all these concepts. These are all called one-to-many. For example, I'll come back to now MS SQL. One-to-many means from single form, I am storing the data in multiple tables, because the structure requires multiple storages. Let us understand that. I will go back to my first application, then I will get into I'll go to a different application just for your easy understanding. I just go into a different application for your better understanding. The one application that you have seen previously is called circulation domain. It's a different concept. So let me take a simple purchase order for your understanding. So now you will see a purchase order. Raise your hand as soon as the page is now loaded. As soon as you see a page loaded, please raise your hand. I am into purchase order. Local means within the same country. Right. In this purchase order, you can see there are some top portions. There is some grid element. You can see a purchase request, product name, UOM. All these are my grid elements. You can see in that grid element there is an ad. So there is a master information. There is a grid elements. So one master can have multiple credits, multiple grid elements. What I mean is, you are making an order. You can make, when you make an invoice in a online retail or anywhere, add to the cart. You might have noticed, add to the cart is nothing but for a single order I am adding multiple items. If you go for any purchase, you are adding more items, vegetable purchase or anything. Those items are nothing but grid elements. There is a master data from who is purchasing. You are purchasing. When you are purchasing, your information is available in the top. You are purchasing many items is called one-to-many. I am now going back to MS SQL to show you how that structure is. I'll get into the development. This is my database name. I'll use that database here. I use this database. Now I'm using the database. I'll just show you select start from vs underscore. So if I want to know the table names, I can collect it from here. So all the tables that we have created are available here. So PO master is the table name, because you have to give the same name as it is created. So in this PO master, I'll show you one particular record. Let me take the PO master 1. So then I'll put a where condition where PO ID equals 1. So you know only one data. Same way I now go into select start from. Don't worry, all this you become familiar by the end of the course. All these queries you become very familiar with this. So why I am using now PO master ID, why I am using PO ID there, you become familiar all those in as we go into the session. So PO details, PO underscore details, spelling mistake. So details. So I'm just taking, again there is a details delt. Okay. Now you can see now. I hope you are able to see my query window. Please raise your hand once you are able to see the query window. Right? In this, you can see a master is 1 and there are 2 items. Item is not part of the master because there can be many items for a single master. This is what one-to-many. Now I am using one-to-one table. It can be one table to another table. It can be one-to-many table as well. One means the master information is one table. That master can be connected to many sub-tables, and that connectivity is called one-to-many. So one information to get the PO or purchase order, I need that purchase order information to be stored into many tables other than master table. Master table is one, to many tables, detail table is another table, PO tax is another table, PO approver is another table. So PO master is connected to PO tax, PO details, PO approver. Right? So 3 tables are connected by the PO master. This is what it means what is PO one to many. Don't worry about the column names, etc. I'll create simple examples to make you understand those informations. Don't worry about that now, right? I'm here to explain you all. I'll take a simple examples. I'll create it in front of you everything and then explain you. Just to understand now what database structure is, how important for you to understand database testing. That is the reason we are going through this. Now, I am going to the one to many you have seen. Another called many to many tables mapping. I hope you are clear in one to many. What is one to one? What is one to many? I hope you are clear concept wise. Don't worry about how you create it. Is it clear? Please raise your hand. Right? Feel free to raise questions as well. Right? POID equal to PO master, POID equal to PO master ID. Don't worry about all this. I will explain it in simple terms as we go. Right? Perfect. Now we are into another important concept called many to many. Many to many means multiple form dependency. I'll explain you in another way. I am giving an order. They are booking my order. Say, for example, I am giving an item 1, ordering it for 1 lakh quantity. This 1 lakh quantity is order captured. For this, it's only an order. It is not invoiced. It is not dispatched. Right? Order I given for 1 lakh quantity. I want this order to be dispatched. When I dispatch, I can dispatch one order in multiple dispatches. One order in multiple dispatches, it is possible. Or in another sense, I can make dispatches for multiple orders as well. Are you able to understand what I am trying to say? One order I can dispatch one dispatch. 1 lakh item, 1 lakh dispatches. I can dispatch it in 50,000 now, another 50,000 after 1 month. 2 dispatches can be for one sales order. Do you agree on this? Raise your hand, because very important concept. Please ensure that you participate in understanding. One sales order, I can dispatch it in multiple dispatches. 1 lakh quantity dispatched in 250,000. That is possible. Second, I have 2 orders, 50 numbers, 1 order. Yesterday I received 1 order. Today I received another order for different item for another 50. 2 orders I received now. I can, since I am going to dispatch today, since I received 2 orders, yesterday 1 order, today an order, I can dispatch for both the orders today. Dispatch, single dispatch for multiple orders. Are you able to follow what I am trying to say? Single dispatch for multiple orders. Are you able to follow me? Single order, multiple dispatch. Multiple order, single dispatch. Are you able to follow? And this is called many to many mapping. This is simply called many to many mapping. That means I cannot relate master to details. Master to details, if you see, master is mandatory. Without master, I cannot have a details. I cannot have a multiple master, one detail to multiple master. It is not possible. That is what one to many. Always it is down the line. Whereas in this case, I can have one sales order, multiple dispatch, one dispatch, multiple sales order. So this side also one to many. From DC, I see DC is what we call it as a dispatch. Sales order is SO. One sales order, multiple dispatch, one DC, multiple sales order. This is what I mean by many to many.